Alright, this is my very first airsoft gun review, and I am reviewing the WE 1911. Okay, and here we have some talking points that I'll go over to help me keep track of what I'm blabbing about. Okay, so we have size and weight, exterior functionality, FPS, shooting test, accessories, and final thoughts. Okay, so this is a WE 1911. This is the MEU version. Okay, so this has a integrated rail. What makes it an MEU is it has this grip that goes all the way around. Rubberized grip, feels nice and comfortable in the hands. Okay, so the talking points that I'm going to go over is I'm going to base this off the Real Steel 1911, which I have here. And for those safety nuts out there, I have made sure this gun is clear and nothing in the chamber, but if you guys really insist, nothing in that chamber, poke my finger in there, I can see right through it, nothing there. Okay, hammer down, gun is safe, nothing's pointing that direction, it's just a wall and I'm all by myself at home. Alright, so size and weight compared to the Real Steel 1911. Obviously the airsoft version is a hell of a lot lighter compared to the Real Steel. But when it comes down to size, if we put it right next to each other, they're pretty much the same size. You know, airsoft guns are made to spec pretty much to the Real Steel equivalent. Alright. Magazines, of course. Real Steel right here, airsoft right here. Almost the same size. Airsoft version looks a little bit more thicker, this one right here. So let's try this out. I have an Airsoft 1911 Real Steel mag. Let's see if that fits. Well, that goes in, and that's as far as it goes. Okay, and let's try it the other way around. Airsoft magazine into a Real Steel 1911 doesn't really fit in there. Okay. Alright, talking point number 2, exterior functionality. For those who are not familiar with the 1911 system, it has a beaver tail safety, it has a ambidextrous slide stop safety. Alright, so that goes up, can't move the slide back. You have your mag release located here, not ambidextrous, sorry, and your slide stop. Okay, so the exterior functions just like the Real Steel. Beaver tail, hammer moves down, slide up, and your slide stop. Sorry. Okay. The only thing that I noticed on the WE 1911 that doesn't mimic exactly what its Real Steel big brother does is when the slide locks back. Okay. I'll do it on the 1911 here. When the slide locks back, what I was trained to do when I need to do a reload, I just pull back on the slide like that. Notice how that slide stop goes down? I'm able to send that slide back forward. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, just like that. Now, with the airsoft version, if I pull back on the slide, that slide stop's not going anywhere. Even if I have it down, that's not going anywhere. So I'm forced to actually press down on that slide stop. Little detail like that, you know, it's really not a showstopper, but when I train on my Real Steel 1911, I actually power stroke it. With the Airsoft 1911, sometimes I find myself trying to power stroke it. Sometimes it works like that because you tend to hit it and the vibration just causes the slide stop to go down, but most of the time you just gotta press it down. Alright, so that's exterior functionality. So next stop, let's go to FPS. Alright, so today we are using 0.20 gram BBs. We are using King Arms green gas and a Cortec Chrono. Alright, so our FPS shows that we're shooting about 315, 300, low 300s. A really nice gun for CQB. Doesn't hurt a whole lot compared to some of those CO2 pistols that shoot well over 400. I have a shooting test here. I am shooting a aluminum target that I have in my backyard. I have my camera pointed at me and my GoPro, you know, first person shooting right here. So we knocked down items number 3 and 4, and now we're going to go to number 5, accessories. Alright, so just like the real steel 1911, since this airsoft gun is modeled after real steel, you have a lot of accessories. So one real steel accessory that we have that works really great are holsters. So here I have my Black Hawk Serpa holster. Okay, this is a plastic or Kydex, not really sure what this material is at the moment. Probably someone will correct me in the comments. It is a plastic holster. It has a active retention system. Okay, so my real steel 1911 goes right in, clicks in place. Shake that upside down. He's not going anywhere until I press on that button. Alright, and that gun comes out. So since airsoft guns are modeled after the real steel, this holster works just fine. Right? He's not going anywhere until I press on that button and that gun comes out of that holster. Alright. Since this gun has a integrated rail, you could put a tack light on here. I never opted for one. I'd rather hold a tack light on my other hand and hold the pistol one-handed. And you also have a lot of accessories and aftermarket upgrades. I have a garter recoil spring here that makes the recoil a little bit more snappier compared to, say, this gun. I don't have a aftermarket spring guide and a spring, so a little bit slower. See that? 1, 2, and 3. This is a little bit more snappier, and you can tell when you feel it. All right. Another accessory that I have placed on this tan 1911 is actually an extension barrel, and this is made by Mad Bull. It's a complete unit. It has a outer barrel, has a hop-up assembly, bucking, and a longer barrel, and that is a straight drop-in kit. Okay, so pretty much you just take it down, put this in there, and just got to get yourself a silencer. Alright, so for final thoughts for this gun, for the price, about $90 to $100, this gun is actually really nice for its price range. WE is obviously cheaper. Some of the parts really don't last as long as, say, KWA or Tokyo Marui, but you know, for $100 you get what you pay for. If you want something a little bit better, go for a KWA. If you want something really nice, go for a Tokyo Marui. Sure, it has a plastic slide, and you know, some people don't like that EO plastic, but for $200 you leave that thing alone. It's a really nice gun. But for what money can buy you for $100, this 1911 is really great. I've had this for about 2 years. A couple problems that I saw with it was actually that this outer barrel actually is made of 2 pieces, and I actually lost the front barrel. It just fell off one day when I had it holstered, and I had to go out and buy one. So let me actually break this down, show you guys. Okay. Come on. Alright. So this is actually a garter outer barrel. Alright. And what happened is this piece actually screws off in garter. WE is actually glued in. And what happened was this just fell off and lost it at the airsoft field, just like mags and grenades and whatnot. You know, you lose a little item like a stock butt pad and it's gone, right? No one's gonna even find it for you, and if someone does, they probably think it's trash and just, you know, throws it away. So one word of advice, try adding some glue if you notice that your outer barrel gets loose. Glue, JB Weld something, because you know, I just ran to Airsoft Extreme, got a new outer barrel. This cost me about $20, $30. I don't remember what it was. It was crazy though. So that's one problem that I had with this 1911. Other than that, this 1911 has been good. As I said, keep it lubricated, keep it clean, treat it right, and it treats you right in return. Same with any gas gun or any gun in general, electric, gas, spring. Keep it clean, keep it happy, it'll make you happy. Alright, final takeaway, 1911, good gun, but if you are conscious about the weight, don't bother. If you really are fixed on a 1911, get a Tokyo Marui, plastic slide, keep it stock, it'll work really well. Remember, WE is TM compatible, so you can get everything for TM, garter stuff, outer barrels, recoil springs, buckings. I have a Reaps bucking in here and BBs fly straight. So, buy a WE if you want. Really great gun. I had mine for about 2 years. And like, subscribe this video, and maybe I'll pull out another review video out there, probably on like a WE, XDM, or a Glock. So, see you guys.